Hello everybody, we are Bristol Block Builders. I'm Joe.
My name's Craig.
And I'm Gareth.
And last year we built a Beetle Arena. This year too, actually.
Over the past few years.
Yeah, over the past few years we've been wanting to build a Beetle Arena, and this is our story.
This is not a podcast.
This is our warning to you.
This is not a podcast. Even though we're all in the same room with microphones this time, and we're all middle-aged blokes or whatever.
We're all white men.
And we're all anti-vaxxers. Felix Townsend.
Feely G.
Felix, in 2019, had bought a lot of 10mm polycarb for absurdly cheap. So it sat there in his garage for quite a long time. I think our excitement about doing Beetle events meant that we wanted to build an arena, and I think Felix having all this polycarb for a good price pushed us over the edge, right? The polycarb was 1.5 meters by 1 meter?
I believe so, yeah. They were advertised as 1 meter tall sheets, yeah.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Joe, do you remember what size polycarb we paid this man for?
Meter by meter and a half of 10mm. Oh god, is it not? It's not a meter tall.
96.6.
Oh shit, me. Will you give us a 3 centimetre refund?
This is a problem.
The actual building of the arena started with an order from Metals for You. They just dumped this on the side of the road next to our old workshop on a random Tuesday morning, I think it was, because everyone else was at work because it's a Tuesday morning. So it took me about 6 goes to get it all up the stairs, and that was a really good workout. But yeah, so that's how the arena started.
I did quite a nice little IKEA manual assembly thing. So we had every single bit of box section in this arena had its own little part ID with a drawing of where it needed holes being drilled. Yeah, I 3D printed these little kind of guides, and they kind of sit on the box section and have little holes in the guides, so you can just kind of center punch through them.
Okay, to commemorate this moment of the last of the center punching of the 20mm box section, Gareth is going to give a demonstration of how it's done. Take 1, GR1, printy bit.
That is Roof 1, Guide 1.
Roof 1, Guide 1. Following the spec to the T. There you go. Lock in place. Insert center punch.
Almost take off your hand.
And there you go. 2 perfect punches. It saved some measuring, didn't it? That was
it saved us a lot of measuring.
A lot of measuring.
Yeah.
The lot of the first thing was getting all this box section and getting it to length.
Vast amounts of dremeling.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Oh my god, yeah.
Tell us what you're doing, Joe.
Today is cap and drill day. We got whiteboards, which is the main thing. So this is day 2 of actual manual labour, isn't it?
Yeah, this is pretty much all the wall and door pieces. Most of an arena of box section there and there. And drilling on the drill.
Yeah.
And stacking on the stack.
Big stacks, mate.
Big stacks.
I think, from my expectation at least, everything took longer than I thought it would. Every step was oh, we'll just do this and this and this today, and it was more we do one of the 4 or 5 things we thought we would do, because it was just a lot of repetitive, quite involved manual tasks.
Yeah, I think a lot of time took up in drilling, right? Drilling out all the box section was the big one.
Yeah.
I remember any time that, especially when you need to put big holes in it, very much underestimated how much time it takes to drill a 10mm hole.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're doing it, repeating it multiple times, that was a whole afternoon of just making large holes. The actual floor itself was a big wad of Hardogs that got delivered to our friend Jack's house, because he said he was doing a group Hardogs order, and we were like, can we get in on this?
I don't think we initially told him that we were planning to put an entire arena's worth of Hardogs on his lasered order.
And Jack didn't tell Amy.
Yeah, so Jack's partner was at home, and this water jet company is I've got this crate for you.
So we were originally planning to do mild, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were doing lasered quotes, and I was like, we'll just chuck in a quote for Hardogs just to see how much more it is. I think the main thing that was possibly setting us back was the extra weight at the time. The message was posted, it's only 25% extra, how bad could it be? I think every event I quote that to myself.
I think I've heard it every event.
So we've got all the stuff, right? We've got the metal frame. We've got the hard ox floor, we've got the wood floor, we've got the polycarbonate. At this point, we thought we needed Felix to do our welding. So Felix came along for the weekend. Felix was welding, I was grinding, Craig was painting, Gareth was doing a bit of everything, I think.
We made some squares.
And they're vaguely covered in paint.
So Craig was also doing some painting of the hard ox kickers. That was another thing we chose as well as hard ox floor, hard ox kickers.
This is one of the 2 roof panels. It long.
We're drilling that to size to put into the roof. We're also working on the wood for the underfloor.
I'm priming the floors. And Gareth, can we get a demo from your gadge? So these are going to be the kind of ready up, tap out timer buttons. We need a good name for them. Here we go. They've got lights on the button. 3, 2, 1, fight! Comes in all your favourite colours, available now. Cool up. But next up for us, we're getting the spray cans outside and we're going to be the real Banksy. 2 roof, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the walls. Up here.
We're out of paint.
No! The kickers, that's the uses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's good. I can't count.
So we went for matte grey all around the arena. Little red accents across the top of everything. It looks nice. It looks really
tidy.
neat.
It's just after Christmas. In an attempt to keep things moving, Gareth has now become a welder. So one half of the base plate is tacked together and Gareth is just welding it up now. Half painted frame there, all welded and ground. And then over there, another frame.
Fully ground, completely unpainted.
Great job. See you tomorrow, Gareth. Oh, I can't reach. I can't reach that. Oh, okay. It's floor join day. I've been grinding the floor, and Gareth is going to be welding some teeth.
Hello. I've been grinding these small objects.
Oh wow, that does feel like a Mingo vlog, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah.
Cool. So these are the latches that are going to hold the floor together.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're attaching a really cool part. So this is one of Gareth's special bits. These big ass grub screws in these captive nuts and a printed bit. They go into the frame, bolted through, and then these are going to attach the floor and the roof to this is like the wall frame where the polycarb goes. So it's going to be loads of these. It's going to be wicked.
This
Made
is
a
the first
box.
time we actually assembled it into a box.
Yeah, so once we finished that floor frame, we could actually put a box together, and we're like, oh, this actually fits in our room just about, with no floor space left.
Happy 2024.
Yeah.
So Gareth has one of these today, which is like a rivet nut tool. He's inserting those into the holes, and this is like the base of the arena. And then Felix has welded up these lovely legs with a threaded M10 bolt on top, and then they screw in like a giant IKEA table, but just battle-hardened IKEA furniture.
We did all the sort of floor seam stuff we were talking about before, the scale electrics, interlocking and some latching.
So we've managed to line up all the floors and join them together. Obviously this one is the only painted one at the moment. And the boys are now trying to put the walls in, which is very exciting because, like, you can see this is our workshop. And we've got about 2.5 by 2.5 metres of floor space, and we just like crammed the arena in the middle.
We actually had a floor, and we wanted to see what the floor was like, so Craig got the inaugural arena test.
Now the floor and the legs are on, we thought we'd put the rest of the frame on. It does actually go together, so that's a good start. Let's go! Well done, Gareth. Well done, Craig.
Well done, Jason.
And basically that is the box. Now we need to put some poly on it for next time.
I distinctly remember at this point being like, oh, we've only got the poly to attach. Oh, we're so close to the end. And it was, like you say, just one of those things where it's like every day we'd come away achieving less than we thought we did. And it was, for want of a better word, a bit of a slog. Like,
Because it's that saying where you're 95% for a project and the last 5% takes 95% of the time or whatever.
yeah. At this point, our aim was to get it ready for May, because we'd planned this May event at LHG as like a christening run for the arena, right? A low kind of
low pressure
event.
We've been grinding and welding today. We've been doing the rest of the leg stubs to give the legs a little bit more stability. Now Gareth is welding the pit floor, the pit thing. Here he goes with his special souk. So these are the ceiling lights that Gareth's made. So they're like an LED panel, and they're all going to be modular. So they have like an in and out on these plugs, these nice red cables. So the power supply will go to these and like the ready buttons and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so it'll be one kind of cable that daisy chains around the whole thing. So one point of failure for everything.
And the arena will look like this weird red spaghetti monster as well.
Yes.
Also, cornstarch paint reduces grip to worse than a primer. So back to square one with the grip paint, but we'll keep trying things. It's okay. It looks.
That's cool.
It's one of the many times where we've been a bit ambitious with the tolerances, and we were having to go from 10 to 11 mil.
I think most of the holes on this arena have been expanded.
Yeah.
At least a mil or two by now.
This is the first time we've put the box on with the poly. There you go. It looks really weird with all the covers on. And this is when we announced it to the world, I think. Actually, we had Craig sitting in here.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff inside, trying to like attach bits and bobs.
The thing we forgot at this point, we were being evicted.
Yes. All this was going on at the same time. We were very publicly online like, please, can anyone find us a new home?
How are we going to finish it if we don't have anywhere to work on it as well? So it was actually really quite a high stress
really
thing.
stressful.
One of our hardest moments as a group, I think. Luckily, some random guy on Facebook came to our aid.
Thank you.
And got us in the building we're in now. And the arena just about fits in this floor space as well.
So happy April 2024. We've just installed the first hinges that hold two of the wall panels together. They fold out like that, and then this will act like a door hinge, and also will be the kind of corners of every corner of the arena will have these. It's actually working. They actually feel pretty smooth. They hinge.
So Joe Brown, we're mixing some paint right now because you've just chucked a load of grit into there, and now you're mixing it with a piece of HDPE. This is the excitement you get when building a Beetle arena, everyone.
It's very normal. Perfectly normal.
Very normal Friday afternoon.
So yeah, this is the new floor, which is still reflective, but not so much. Like, it's the best you can do with a shiny... Oh, no.
That was it wet.
That's it wet, and that's it dry. Look at that.
Look at that difference.
We can move on to some more of the tech stuff. So Gareth was doing all these sorts of tests. This is the legendary pit button.
I will take credit for this idea. This was another one of my very ridiculous ideas.
It's like a aluminium outer casing with like a 4-color print in the middle. I don't have a multicolour printer. I did all the filament changes by hand for that. Took like 2 hours.
There you go.
The arena tech is like one main control box, and then there's like a load of little satellite modules, and each one's like its own little node, and they all talk to each other. Start.
Robot ears, stand by.
This also counts down.
3, 2, 1.
It's red.
Activate.
Oh. Here we go. That's so good.
Pit enabled.
Oh.
And we can do a little pit going down thing.
Pit descending. Pit descending.
Amazing.
You've also got your...
Red square tapped out.
A magical voice will appear from somewhere and probably say something along the lines of, I don't know, like, pit activated. And then someone will hit the pit. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I like the descending animation, Gareth. That's very nice.
Oh.
Dude, that looks sick.
Oh.
Red square, ready. Green square, ready. Blue square, ready. Yellow square, ready. Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Fight pause.
Gareth, do you want to talk us through the pit?
It was kind of inspired by some 3D printer beds, where they've got these kind of 3 lead screws, one in each corner, that, goes up and down. So the real important thing that the electronics does on this one is keeping all those 3 screws synced up. so it doesn't twist and jam.
And there's a delightful spotlight over it, and we talked about how all like the sound effects that we're going to play, and I remember like doing little diagrams of sound waves to show warp.
Doing the final test fit of the arena.
Yeah, 'cause everything was designed up front except for the pit module, so we had to make some minor modifications to fit it in afterwards.
That's
Ready?
Ready, Joe.
So everything in the arena is plugged in, and then you can see the spotlights are all showing up here.
Spotlights are on. Ready buttons are on.
Ready up. So should we try some?
Give it a go.
Red square, ready. Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
That's so sick.
But yeah, and that was so that was, you know, the week of the event. Actually, the Wednesday.
Horrifying.
So, how did the first event go?
I think it went pretty well, didn't it? I don't think there was anything that particularly broke. We hadn't done the trailer yet, so it was in the back of the galaxy.
The only thing I remember from the first event is the absolute dumpster fire of us trying to pack into the car. So we loaded in this entire arena and we tried to close the boot. It didn't quite close. And it was naturally the panel right at the very bottom that was preventing it from closing. So we had to unpack the entire thing and then repack it, and that sucked.
This arena is like optimized for a Ford Galaxy, isn't it? It's exactly a 2x1 length boot if you take out the back seats.
Completely by accident.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thank God, because our trailer was not ready yet. So.
But then the fact that we started looking at the trailer meant we started looking at the trailer.
Yeah, and it was a rusty old bucket. So the first thing we did is stripped off all of the wood.
Literally stripped it back to its metal skeleton.
We called up your dad's local Land Rover garage.
Yes.
That had this primer that they were very proud of. So we absolutely covered this trailer in this tar-like paint. So there we go. We put the frame on. We've chucked on some wood that I guess we went to B&Q for. I don't remember. Where did this wood come from?
This was marine ply.
Ply.
So we got this shipped.
This was some random website that Craig found.
Yeah, some budget, but good.
Cheapest marine ply.
Cheapest marine ply we could find. Gareth found this nice cover, and there you go. That's it covered. Once we got the trailer over to the workshop, we loaded in the arena, and it went in first time without much hassle, right? And so up to now, the arena's been like living in that corner of the workshop, but now it currently lives in my parking space by my flat, like this. So yeah, that's where we're at now. We've got a trailer, and the arena goes in the trailer, but when we get to a venue, the arena gets up in about half an hour. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah, it's been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, this wasn't a podcast.
This wasn't a podcast.
Absolutely not a podcast.
It's going to be another 3 years before you get another one.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next pandemic. Goodbye. Good.
The crimes have been documented.
I don't think snowballs are much better, to be fair.
Go on, give one of those a go. I want to hear the auditory
I'll
experience.
crunch on a snowball.
Will you crunch on my snowball?
Always.
I feel like we're getting in gear here.
Do, 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 do. A Harry T production.
Doing great, Joe.
Thanks, Gareth.
It's great from this angle.
Here we have Gareth in his natural habitat. Oh, he's got some snippers. Gareth Barnaby.
Oh, he's going for the second pair now.
We've been spotted.
Oh shit! Ah!
I was delivering some paint to your house, Gareth, and I dropped a can and the car drove over it and it blew up.
Just an update. The Antarina is upside down with Gareth inhaling solder fumes in now. Try and capture that for you. There you go.
Hot box.
Protective film.
Protective film.
Poly foreskin.
Oh no.
Touched it.
Armadillo.
And then the legendary What?
Armadillo.
Armadillo.
Crunchy outside.
Ah, soft inside. Okay.
Yummy.
Some wubs.
Did some welding. Got some wubs. What are the wubs?
I can't hear them, but I can see.
Oh, it's Charlie XCX, I think, at that
Oh
point.
yeah, this was the day when I made you guys listen to the album Brat for the first time.
Yeah. It was the summer still.
It was
Just
the
about.
summer. It was Brat
the
Summer.
origin of the phrase Brat Summer. I'd never put that together. Okay, yes.
Well, Craig didn't invent Brat Summer. You're aware of this, right?
I assumed Craig hadn't invented it. I just wasn't aware of the origin. I had no idea what it was referring to.
Shout
I
out to
assumed
Charlie
it was people
XCX
being
for
brats.
soundtracking my summer.
Yeah, and shout out to Gareth for learning about it in almost 2025.
I'm ahead of schedule.
Yeah, it's true. You thought this through.
That was off the cuff, my man.
That's impressive. Okay. Goodbye.